Hi everybody, I'm Takunuva, and it's time for another Bionicle review. Today, it's time for a very special Bionicle review because I got my hands on not one, but two extremely rare Bionicle sets from 2005, the Toa Hagah. Now, I know that Toa Iruni over here, the gold and green one, if you weren't acquainted, he was sold separately, but Toa Norik, the silver and red one, is extremely exclusive. It only came in the 2-pack that was only released for a really short time back in 2005. That's what makes this set extremely rare. Now, I do not have any of the boxes or instruction manuals. Before I get on to the actual review and what these guys can do, I'm going to talk a bit about their backstory. You actually do meet these characters in the Bionicle films, but they do not look like this. They are the Rohaga, the little Rakshi characters with little propellers on their back from Web of Shadows. Norik, if you remember, is the guy who sort of speaks like Yoda from Star Wars, and Iruni was sort of insane. He laughed a bit, so maybe there's a bit of a tragic backstory there or something. I don't know. But this is how they looked before they were mutated into Rohaga, and eventually into the Rakshi. At least that's what I've heard. So let's talk about Iruni. Iruni's mask is the Kanohi Kuasi with Kanohi Kuwalsi, the mask of quick travel, which allows him to teleport anywhere within his sight. As for Toa Norak, Norik, he is armed with the Mask of Diminishment, which allows him to shrink to small sizes while keeping his normal strength. Now, for the first Toa I want to talk about is Toa Iruni. The things that I really love about these sets are the color schemes. I really like how the gold and the green come together so well. He is armed with his Reduka spinner, sorry. And let's take a look at that shield. That shield looks really great. I really like how that works. Now, I'm not going to fire any of the Reduka spinners because, as you know, they fly everywhere and they get lost very easily. He also has his Cyclone Spear, which to me looks extremely awesome. I really like how this is all turning out. And his mask of quick travel just looks amazing. Look at that. The one thing that goes through my mind when I look at this is, well, two things actually. This is how I would have imagined Toa Yudiki to look before he became tormented by Makuta. Another thing is I think of Irukshi from iBionicle's YouTube channel. As for his back, like all of the Toa Metru builds, he has the spear, this whole spear function by pulling that gear. He has the whole gearbox, like always. And now on to Toa Norik, who is actually a little shorter than Toa Iruni because his legs are a lot shorter. He uses the same build for the Vaki legs. His color scheme is awesome. I love the red and the silver. There's a little black on the back, which sort of clashes, but it still looks great. Another thing I would have done is I would have made that a black pin instead of a blue pin. He has his shield and he has his lava spear. His mask of diminishment looks so cool. Let me see if I can focus on that better, huh? Yeah, look at that. That looks amazing. Now, I've never had this mask before. This is brand new to me, and I just think it looks so cool. He also has the Toa Nuva armor pieces for his shoulders, and he has a much larger chest piece, which I think is amazing. He has the Matoran body piece for his chest piece. Once again, like all the others, he also has the whole spear function, which is always good. And as you may know, for every Bionicle set, there are pros, but sadly there are some cons, and we're going to get down to that first. First, let's talk about the pros. First thing, great color scheme on both of these. These are amazing color schemes, the silver and the red, the green and the gold. They work together so well. Another pro would be the Reduka spinners, which spin very, very well. Another thing that I really, really did like about this set are the masks. The masks are amazing molds, and I think they just look so amazing. Another thing that I really liked about this, another pro, is the idea of finally giving those two Hagah Toa bodies, which I think were cool. Works a lot with some backstory, and I actually heard that the Toa Hagah are actually the first Toa team that were ever assigned to duties. I know, the Toa Mata were the first to be created, but they didn't wake up until 1,000 years later. So it's just so great to have such an important part of this collection of Bionicles. But now let's talk about some cons. Well, the first con that I have are the lower legs on Toa Iruni. He uses the lower Rakshi legs, and I think it just makes his legs look extremely thin. I think to buff him up, they could have used the same things that are on Toa Norik. I think those legs look a lot better. Another con that I have is the random black piece, upper body piece on Norik. I don't really care for that much. It sort of clashes with the colors, but it's okay. If they made it in silver or red, that would have been amazing. Another con that I would have is the lower arm pieces, that they are actually Toametru leg pieces. I wish I just used the Toametru lower arm pieces, because now there are some flaws with that. For the hand on these, you can see it has these parts right here are sort of holding it back, so you can only really go like this with that arm. You can't turn it to the side that well at all. So that makes this shield arm feel extremely awkward, and you can't really get that much poses out of it. Another problem that I would have with the shield itself is the Hordika spinners. Now they stay on fairly well unless you move it. If you move it at all, they fall right off like that. So yes, one thing I didn't like about the spinners is that they didn't actually attach. So yeah. But to me, the pros outnumber the cons, and this is an amazing set. If you do not have this set yet, I really suggest that you look for it, because this is a set that I believe that every Bionicle fan should have, because it's an amazing set, and it has a great big part in the Bionicle storyline, and it's, well, a limited edition. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this review. I hope that you please leave a comment, a like, and a subscribe, and I hope to see all you guys later. Alright, and goodbye. Peace.